How you guys? Listen, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I see that people are already here. I like when I start these around like 6:05, so you guys have already had time to get in here. And I see that the Natural Hair Sisterhood Circle is already gathered. Hi, Dallas. I love how everybody, it's like the same people we start out with. So it's like, yeah, I love seeing y'all every day. Hi, Dallas M. Robinson. I would love to know your first name, N. Robinson, if you want to share. If not, I'll just call you N. Hey, Fiona. Hi, Nikki Charles. Devin, what's up, girl? Kimberly, hello. This is a new face. Alicia, a new face. Charmaine, Tashawn, Kamiko, hello. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Yvette. How are you doing? Hi, Jay. Hi, everybody. What's up? So, I like to ask you guys, how are you doing? And I mean that honestly, like, how is Tuesday going? And I'm going to answer honestly for me. Tuesday has been a challenging day. I feel like today was a day where I really clarified a lot of things that I thought, were happening. And it turns out that God has something better for me. And so I'm accepting that. And honestly, I feel lighter knowing what's really real. So let's see, how are you guys doing? Karen says, I got my hair trimmed today following your advice and have booked my next appointment for 3 months' time. Your knowledge and energy are very much appreciated. You're welcome, Karen. I'm happy to hear that you're actually taking the knowledge and applying it, because I feel like it's so easy to just absorb. Like, I feel we can kind of think like, oh, if I just hear something, it's going to change what I'm doing. And it's not necessarily like, the knowledge piece is awesome, but implementing the knowledge is imperative. Nothing changes until you do. So Karen, I applaud you for changing. That's a big deal. I'm happy for you. Dallas says, today was wash day for me. I had a very deep conversation with my hair, working on intentions today. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. Talking to your hair is like, you're on the next level, girl. Dallas, okay. That's how you do it. I'm happy for y'all. Growing your relationship with your hair. I feel that one of the best feelings for me when working with you all here and working with my clients is when you feel like you've grown in your relationship with your hair. Like, you guys are no longer strangers. You kind of have an understanding for one another and are growing a relationship. That's a big deal. Oh my gosh, it's flooding. I'm sorry. I hope that you stay safe, make sure everything's on lock in the house. And Aquafina says, I just found out that I have to have a surgery redone. I'm sending abundant energy of healing and ease, and that everything will fall into place exactly how it's supposed to be. I'm sorry that you have to have something like that redone, but I hope that it works out exactly how it's supposed to work out. So yeah, I think we're ready to start now. Yes, okay. Alrighty, so today, let me turn my notifications off just in case. Today, what we're going to be talking about is how to know when it's time to switch something up in your regimen. And this is going to be a little bit of a tough love live, and it's specifically for anybody who kind of finds themselves hesitant on making changes. Now, me, that can be me a lot of the time. I'm a Taurus. I'm very stubborn. I can be stubborn in a good way, where I like really hold out for like the good things. And I can also be stubborn in a bad way, where I keep doing things that don't work, but I just think it's going to change somehow, And so usually what I need is somebody to kind of like kick me in the butt and open my eyes to what's really happening so that I can move forward. And so that's what I want to offer to anyone who may be in a similar situation today. I'm going to give you a little tough hair love so that you can actually move forward and get out of this rut that you're in. So we're going to be talking about 5 ways to know when it's time to change, basically, with your hair regimen. These are also going to be 5 ways to know that what you're doing isn't working, essentially, is really what we're going to be talking about. So the first thing that I want to say is, if you find that your hair is perpetually dry, This is reason number one, by the way. It's basically your hair stays dry. Okay, like no matter what you put on it, no matter what you do on wash day, by 2 days after you wash your hair, poof, it's dry. You know, it might even be a little crusty. You know, it can be especially like a signal if after you apply your products, let's say your wash day is on Sunday, Monday morning you wake up and your hair is like, you're still kind of like, my hair doesn't feel that great. If you are not able to retain, I should say, if you're not able to retain moisture, then you need to switch something up. Like moisture is a huge key to let you know that what you're doing is right. It lets you know that you're on the right path with the types of products that you're using, with the type of like wash day schedule that you currently have. So that's like the easiest way right there to let you know that you're not doing something right. And the next reason that the next way that you can know that you're not doing something right is if you've been experiencing an issue like this, like where your hair has been perpetually dry and you have not reached out for help from anyone. Now, I understand that, you know, the internet is a beautiful place to find information. It really, truly is. But there's only so much you're going to get from the internet. And if you've been using the internet as your go-to resource to help you maintain your hair and you're still having the same issues for going on a year to 2 to 3 years, at this point, you need a little help because you don't know what you don't know. And that's most likely the problem. It's not even that you're not capable of having moisturized hair. It's not that your hair it just has to be like this. It just has to be dry and just, you know, a nuisance. It's really that you don't know what you're missing. And that's why you can't go get it. Like you can't even research what you don't know that you don't know, you know? So you have to get to a point within your hair regimen where you realize, okay, I've been trying this on my own and it's not working. I need help. And you can get help through going to a healthy hairstylist that you research within your area. You want to make sure that you're going to a stylist where their value of business is actually helping you, like teaching you what you're missing consistently, seeing you on a regular basis to help you get healthier hair. I always recommend anyone before you go to a stylist, before you sit down in their chair, you want to have a consultation so you can say, of course, they need to see the condition of your hair, but it's also for you to say, like, these are my hair goals. This is the time that I would like to achieve them in. These are the things that I've tried in my past history with hair. Can you help me achieve these goals? Do you have experience with hair types like mine? Do you have testimonies of women where you have helped achieve these goals? And that will help you move forward in your journey. Like 2 heads are better than 1 in a lot of cases. So I would recommend either going to a stylist if you're someone who would like to do that, like you want someone to do your hair for you. You don't necessarily want to learn how to do your hair at home. But if you're someone who wants to learn how to do your hair at home and you just don't know what are you missing within your regimen, what are you missing within your knowledge base that's keeping you from your hair goals, I would love for you to actually email me to learn more about curl coaching. And I feel like it's my duty to really like share with you all that it's completely different, curl coaching versus YouTube. Like YouTube is wonderful because I get to talk about my hair. I get to talk in general, but like throughout curl coaching, my number one focus is you moving forward in your hair regimen. If you say that your 3 goals when we start coaching are having moisturized hair for a week, having longer hair, like retained length over a course of time, and having healthier hair, that's exactly what we're going to work on for at least 4 to 5 weeks. And we won't end coaching until you see positive change within your hair. So you really have to get to a point where it's like, are you ready and willing to invest in yourself to move forward? Because if you could have figured it out by yourself, you would have. So the second reason, or the second way you can tell it's time to do something different, is if you have not gotten help with what you're struggling with. That's important. And it can be hard to ask for help, I understand, but you have to, investing in yourself is just so important. And usually, like the more effort and energy that you put into something, the better a result you're going to get out of it, because like you're putting in that effort and energy, and investing in yourself through coaching, through making a schedule with a stylist, having a consultation will help you with investing that energy. Shania says the Sahara Desert doesn't have anything on my hair. My crown is dry. Girl, you are funny. That's funny. But okay. So the third way that you know it's time to switch things up, this is like a huge red flag. When you have hit a growth plateau. If you find that your hair consistently grows to one length and then just stays stuck at that one length, and you notice like an uptick in breakage once you get there, or it's like no matter what you do or what you know how to do, your hair does not grow past that length, it's definitely time to switch something up. I've had this happen twice to me within my regimen. The first time, I think it was more so bra strap length. I couldn't get past bra strap length healthy. I could get past it, but it would be very, like my hair would be different lengths. My ends would be very thin and brittle, and my hair wasn't healthy. So I couldn't maintain healthy ends, basically past bra strap length. And so basically the issue with that was I wasn't trimming on a consistent basis. So once I changed something, I couldn't keep doing what I was doing and move past bra strap length. Once I changed my trimming habits, I was able to finally have healthier full ends and get past bra strap length. And I tell you, that was a beautiful feeling. It took me a year to do it, or it took me like, let's see, February, July, September, maybe about 9 months. It took me about 9 months to do it. And when I finally did it, it was beautiful to achieve that goal. And then the next time that I had a hair growth plateau, my hair got stuck at waist length. And it took me a while to realize that it was stuck there, because I was stuck there for a good, like maybe like 6-ish months. I don't even know how long, but a good amount of time before I realized my hair is not growing past this point. And so for me, what I needed to change was I needed to implement more low manipulation styles. I was wearing my hair out way too much. And I think I had also started like a new job. So like I had kind of put my hair on the back burner a little bit. So it just reminded me to really put the energy and the time and the focus on my hair to get the result that I wanted. So if you are stuck at shoulder length, armpit length, any length, that's letting you know your hair is basically telling you that I'm not getting what I need, so I can't move forward. And it's up to you to decide, it's up to you to figure out, what is your hair missing? What does it need to move past this point? And that's where having help, again, would be imperative, because you don't know what you don't know. All right, we got 2 more. And the fourth way that you know is breakage. So I feel that within our community, sometimes breakages almost seem as like the norm. Like if you're just doing your hair at the sink and a few pieces of hair break off in the sink, like that's normal. And it's really not. Now, if you have like a little bit of breakage, like here and there, okay, fine. But every time you touch your hair shouldn't be breaking. And if it is, there's something definitely wrong. You should not have like an excessive amount of breakage when you're detangling your hair. Again, some is normal, because like with curly hair, sometimes you might break off a little bit of a curl because you just move a little too fast, and that's okay. But it's really like consistent and or excessive breakage is your hair like screaming at you at this point saying something is wrong. And if you don't rectify what that is, your hair may actually get shorter, because it may be breaking off at a rate that's faster than it's growing in, or that may be why you're having a hair growth plateau, because your hair is breaking off basically at the same rate that your hair grows in. So breakage is like, it's very easy to pinpoint breakage. If you see small hairs or hairs that are shorter than the length of your hair on the floor, on your sink, maybe at your desk at work, like in the shower on wash day, like you always want to be evaluating the condition of your hair and what's happening with your hair, so that you can catch these things as soon as they start happening, so you can start implementing a solution right away, instead of letting them just go on, and then now you have an even bigger hurdle to overcome because you didn't catch it in time, basically. So with that, I want to actually just throw in like a little bonus tip, and that is, at least once a month when you're doing your wash day, you want to take some time to evaluate your hair to see the condition, to see how things are doing. Like look at your ends to see if you have more split ends than usual, like evaluate the moisture levels of your hair throughout the week. You want to make sure that you're just it literally takes 2 minutes to kind of check over your hair real quick, make sure everything is going good. Let's see. Esther says, I can't get past armpit length and I switch up my regimen every so often. Definitely need coaching. I would love to work with you. If you guys want to know more about coaching, you can email me at hello@powerinyourcurl.com. Or you can go to my website, powerinyourcurl.com, and you can read the reviews. I love all of my clients, I actually just got someone today who I worked with a year ago, almost a year ago, basically telling me, I'm going to read it for y'all. I'll read it for y'all at the end. I'll read you her review. But the next thing that I wanted to say is if you find yourself constantly confused with your hair, like on wash day, you feel resistance around even starting because you don't know what to do. Or when you're in the shower detangling, you just don't know what to do next. So you just kind of slap something on and you just hope it works. Like if you're feeling anything like that, where you're confused, you kind of put wash day off because you don't know what to do, that is definitely telling you that it's time to switch something up. And if that's the case, of course, coaching would be like the easiest step for you to get like a clear vision of what to do. But I also have YouTube videos showing some things. I have some things that might be helpful for you specifically, and I have my hair goal guide that breaks down like how to build a wash day regimen, just like in a general sense, like what should you be doing step by step to make sure that you're doing things for your specific hair type. So you want to make sure that when you start wash day, you already have the plan of like, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna deep condition for this amount of time with this product because I know that my hair needs moisture this week, or I know that my hair needs protein this week. Something else you could be thinking is, it's a little bit colder this upcoming week, so I'm gonna make sure I give my hair an extra layer of moisture. Like you should already have a strategy. And if you don't have a strategy, then that's probably why you're experiencing hair issues, because you're not consistently giving your hair what it needs. Okay. So Cassandra says, for some people, it's in your genes. You may never get past a certain length. Sorry if this was already said, just joining in. I completely respect that. I think that that's a valid point for a lot of reasons, that like there's a certain length that your hair can grow to. But I also don't feel that shoulder length is the only length that people can grow. Like scientifically, your hair grows about 5 to 6 inches a year on average. And scientifically, most people's hair growth plateau doesn't happen until like 5 to 8 years after they've been growing hair. So 5 times 5 is 25 inches, meaning like the minimum amount of hair that you can grow would be 25 inches. So having hair that's stuck at shoulder length is usually letting you know that more so it's something wrong, not necessarily like it's just in your genes that you can't get past that. In my opinion, this is, my opinion. And so that's like the scientific side of things. And then for me personally, I feel that there's no limit. Like if you look at different cultures around the world, there are a diverse array of women of all hair textures and like ethnicities who have grown their hair to the floor and beyond. And to me, I feel like there's no limit on anything. When you really get into your power and you really set your intention and your mind to it, like you can achieve whatever you can think about. So for me personally, there's no limit on hair growth, because I can always do something to get myself where I want to be. But I'm gonna read this review really quickly. So this is a review for curl coaching that I actually had with someone who I worked with last April to like June, maybe, I'm not sure, but we worked together for about 6 weeks. And she basically said that we should do a 1-year review from the one-on-one sessions we had last year. The photos in the previous email from last year are beyond me. This is not my hair today. As this year began, I was writing down my goals and I started reviewing all the great material that you gave me. I was going through your videos, our sessions, the emails, and the photos. And I must say that my hair has honestly did a 360. So if you're up for doing a review in the next month, I would like to display your knowledge of hair to the world. You put me on, and I am forever thankful for that. You pour in your time, love, and expertise, and I'm telling you, my hair is proof. And so I got that today, and I was like, very nice. That was beautiful. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So Yeah, like I basically take this coaching thing serious is what I'm saying. And I feel that when I see people struggling with their hair, and I know it doesn't have to be that way, it makes me very passionate to tell you, like, all you need is knowledge. Like, you do not need another product. I feel that companies do a very good job marketing their products, making it seem like, oh, this is what's going to solve your problems. And I've been on that train where I was like, oh, as soon as I get this new like main choice drop, I'm going to be good. As soon as I get these hair vitamins, my hair is going to be popping. As soon as I go to the stylist and she does my hair, I'm going to have a whole new head of hair. And it's not that. Those things help, but it's a consistent understanding of your hair and then a consistent implementation of what your hair needs that really leads to the results. And a lot of us weren't taught that. A lot of our mothers and our grandmothers don't even know how to take care of natural hair. So we're having to learn on our own. And that's what curl coaching is for. If you feel like you are tired of doing it on your own, you have someone who will support you step by step to get you where you want to be with your hair. All right, so I'm going to take a few questions. Yes, Michelle, I think we talked about this. So Michelle says, I've been following you and you inspired me to open a natural hair salon. I would love to be a part of your class. Count me in. My hair has grown 6 inches because of you and I have pictures. Send them to me. I want to see them. And I feel like I've seen you comment this before. You should definitely open up a natural hair salon. I feel like that's why I want to teach. Well, that's why I do teach. But the more that we know about our hair, the more we can create solutions that really cater to us. The thing about like natural hair salons, not natural salons, excuse me, hair care academies, like where stylists go to learn about hair, is there's not much focus on curly hair. So most stylists don't learn about our hair. It's not even quote unquote the stylist's fault. It's like where they get their certification and their education from. There's really not much information about curly hair. Like this is a whole new industry, really. So I feel that it's up to us, the people who have the curly hair, to get an understanding of our hair, completely come to terms with it, because we're the people who, like, you know, touch it, see it every day, and then teach our community. And that may look a little bit different than like the standard way of doing things, but that's fine, because the standard way of doing things has never truly cared about us anyway. So I feel that the more I teach about natural hair and help people get results and help people feel more confident, truly is the main goal, the more you can then feel confident to go out and put your purpose in the world. And Michelle, we need more natural hair salons. So you should definitely do it, 100%. Okay, let's see. What questions do we have? Aquafina says, I just did that last night. I started looking at the ends and checking the curls out. I cut the ends that didn't curl and re-wet the others. Good, very good. Implementation, I love to see it. Julie's has a really good question. Is it okay to use a different line each week, or does it cause damage? So truly, I think that if you have not already verified that your hair likes this line, you're going to run into issues consistently switching things up. The thing about using different lines of products is they have different ingredients. They're offering different nutrients to your hair. It's just like it's different basically. So if your hair needs X and you give it X 1 week with a certain line, and then the next week the line is offering Y and your hair is not getting X, then it's going to have, like, your hair is going to suffer because of it. And then usually when you're using a bunch of different things at one time, you can't identify what the actual issue is. So I feel that that creates a lot more confusion. And when you're already experiencing hair difficulties, that can be like a recipe for trouble and really just being discouraged. So I would say pare it down a little bit, like use what your hair seems to respond to the most, and then just implement that. And then change things slowly. Like each week you can add in one new thing that you feel your hair might benefit from. Michelle, send it to hello@PowerInYourCurl.com. And I'll also send you information about coaching there as well. Yes. Yes. I feel you what you're saying, like, how long our hair can go. Yeah. There are pictures like, when I was trying to grow my hair down to my butt just to see if it was even possible, because that was my goal, but I didn't even know, I'd never seen anybody with it. So I kind of didn't even know if it was possible. Just Googling, like there are women all around the world. Like I have a video sharing this as well. Like there's a tribe, the Mbalantu tribe in Namibia, I believe. And their hair literally on average is like to their knees, to their knees, to their ankles. And what they're using on their hair is like a mud mixture that they kind of put together from the herbs of the land, and they use what they have. So it's not really about products a lot of the time. It's about knowledge, and making sure that you're honoring your curl pattern and doing what your hair wants to do. There are women who have locks that are like literally 2 stories long. Like I kid you not, like they could put their hair over a balcony and it's touching the floor. So, you just have to open your mind up to the possibilities. Like you were not born for your hair to only grow to your shoulders. Your hair can definitely grow longer than that. If you're within, moderate health, most people's hair can grow past that. Let me see. I'm going to take 2 more questions. Is it possible for your hair to be soft and dry at the same time? I moisturize twice a day and it feels dry in some areas and soft in others. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Especially if you just have a hair texture that's naturally a little bit softer, but you can still have issues with like dryness and your hair not being moisturized, basically. So it sounds like maybe there are parts of your hair that like the product you're using, and maybe other parts of your hair need something different, basically. Yeah. Let me see. Give me like 1 minute to read through these comments. Should you stick with the same products or alternate? If you find something that works, you should stick with it. This is kind of like a personal preference, but once you find something that your hair likes, you want to stick with it long enough to make sure that you're seeing results with your hair. So if your goal is to have moisturized hair and then you find a regimen that gives you that, you want to stick with that for a good enough amount of time to where your hair is consistently moisturized. So you go from having hair that's dry after 2 days to having hair that's moisturized for a full week. And then once you kind of achieve your goal, then you can reevaluate and be like, oh, well, do I want to try something a little bit different? I wouldn't change it up too much right away. You can kind of implement, like I said, one thing at a time, just in case you get a little bored, but you always know that you have like this holy grail regimen that works. I would say you want to build your holy grails before you kind of like move on to just like, I want to have fun, because it's also a lot of the time just really about what your hair wants, not necessarily what you want. So. Aquafina, I love this. I find that people take growing hair too seriously, and in doing so, they make the process difficult. I find that if I do my hair like I do my body, I guess you haven't had time to finish, but I think that's true. It does become very simple when you just focus on what your hair wants and you don't focus on what other people do. You don't focus on the next product drop on Instagram. When you just focus on giving your hair what it wants, like, honestly, if I just wore my hair in cornrows all the time, my hair would be happy. Like she would just be, okay, cool. Like that's what we doing. Even if I just use one product, she would be happy because that's what my hair likes. Thank you, Hope. Thank you. Okay, let's see. This is a good live. Trish says, what does moisturized hair feel like? So in order for you to really like feel it, you would have to experience it for yourself, because you would need to know like, how does my hair respond to being moisturized? But generally what moisturized hair feels like is when you put a product into your wet hair, it absorbs almost instantly. You don't have to work it in. It just goes into the hair. You can feel your hair accept it. Your hair starts to get more slippery so that it's easy. The strands slide past each other easily. There's no snagging of the hair. Your curls or your waves or your kinks or your coils start to pop out a little more. I'm not saying it gets super defined, but you just start to kind of see it happening. What else? Your hair feels moisturized when, I guess you could say, it doesn't feel crispy, crackly. It doesn't feel brittle. Like right now, my hair feels supple. Like when I touch it, I know I can feel like a little bit of moisture. I can even feel like a little moisture on my fingers too, but it's not greasy. It's like moisture. And there's definitely a difference between like having greasy hair and having moisturized hair. Because greasy hair, it'll still feel dry, like it'll still feel crispy and crackly, but when you touch your hair, there'll be something on your hands, and that's greasy. So really, I feel that the best way to understand how your hair feels when it's moisturized is when you finally use a product that your hair actually likes. It's like night and day. You're like, whoa, how did I live without this? Basically. Okay. Yes. Yes. I agree, malicious. And this isn't just like, so malicious is basically saying that when you invest in understanding and learning, like you basically get what you're looking for. And that's super true. Like you aren't going to get what you need, everything that you need free. Now, there are some people who can watch YouTube videos and figure it out. Like there are definitely some people, but not everybody can do that because we all have different gifts. So if you're someone who wants it to be broken down specifically to your hair type, coaching and or seeing like if you're someone who doesn't want to do your hair at home, then I would recommend going to a stylist, because my coaching is for women who are dedicated to doing their hair at home. I'm not doing your hair for you. I'm teaching you how to do your hair, and I'm teaching you how to understand your hair and how to get the results that you're looking for. Whereas a stylist is going to do your hair for you, and she'll also give you some knowledge as well along the way. But you're going to have to go to her to get your hair done, essentially. And I know that can fit people's lifestyles, but you have to invest in yourself. Like, basically, at the end of the day, I have invested like in business coaching. I've invested in spiritual coaching, and I'm always so thankful. Actually, I'm in a spiritual course right now. I'm always so thankful because like literally my life elevates when I invest in myself. And that's, if you really want results, then you have to be willing to commit basically to yourself, really. But okay, so I think that's good. I think we kind of talked about what we need to do. And I just want you guys to know that I did put a live schedule for this week in the description box, so that way you know what's happening before you come here. So I've already outlined our topics for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday is when I'm going to be doing a masterclass on ingredients. So what we're going to be talking about is how to read the ingredient list, and then how to understand good ingredients versus bad ingredients. And this live is super important, I feel, because if you guys didn't know, 75% of the beauty products that are marketed towards Black women specifically are toxic. So there's nobody out here looking out for our health except for us. And if we don't look out for our health, and if we're not advocates for our health and also like the health of our children and our families and our households, like we are essentially poisoning ourselves with a lot of the stuff that's on the shelves right now. So we're going to be talking about that on Friday. Now, this masterclass is not going to be on YouTube. It's actually going to be a paid masterclass. So the price is $9.99, $9.99. And I'm going to put a link in the description box in about 2 hours. I have a call after this. In about 2 hours, I'm going to put the link in the description box so you guys can go ahead and pre-order the access to the masterclass, because after the masterclass is over, it's going to go up to $19. And then after 24 hours, after it's $19, it's going to go up to its final price at $35. So I will go ahead and get it now for $9.99, save the money by ordering ahead of time. And pH is not going to be a part of it, but maybe I could add, I'll think about it, Tashawn. Let me think about it. pH. No, that's a whole nother lab. So I won't be adding it into that one. That will be like a whole nother class around pH, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys like completely detailed information. But I can write that down. Let me write it down real quick. But alrighty, I think that yes, when you order it, you will have access to it. You just need to download it. So the way that digital products work is you get a link to it, and then you download it and you save it. And then usually the link will expire in about 48 hours. So as long as you download it, you'll have access to it forever. Will the course be accessible to here again? Not the ingredients one. So the ingredient class, you have to purchase access to that one. This is not like a free, if you're live and then you can order the replay, this is completely like you have to pay $9 to get access to it. Just because this is something that is taking me years to learn. This is actually something that I share with my clients as well. So you'll have to pay to access the ingredients. Yeah. But yeah, so you guys can come back here at around 8. I think I'm gonna put it in here a little earlier, but around 8 when you can pre-order. And the last thing I'm going to say before I go, Malicious, I agree with what you're saying. So she was saying how women will spend money to get their hair and nails done regularly, and other indulgences, and won't spend money for knowledge. And I agree 100%. And I also feel like it's something that we can all be guilty of, in a sense. It's something that I've even found myself being guilty of. So if you ever are like, oh, like I want to support a Black business, you know, and then you like go to the website and it's like, oh, like $15 for XYZ. And you're like, I don't know about that. Let me think about it. But then you'll go out and you'll go to Starbucks and you order a drink for like, let's say $5 to $6. And then you go to Chick-fil-A and you'll get a meal for about like $8 to $10. And essentially you've already spent more at Starbucks and Chick-fil-A than you did with that company. And it's not necessarily that what the company is charging is high. It's just that you're not in the habit of doing it, really is what it is. You're in the habit of going to Starbucks. You're in the habit of driving down the street and seeing Chick-fil-A and being like, oh, I want Chick-fil-A now. So it's really kind of being mindful of your spending habits. And that's how you're able to invest in what you really want to invest in, because you have to make sure you're not investing in what you don't want. So basically you decide like what it is you want, and then you say no to everything else. So like for this spiritual course that I'm in, I had to get the money for it. Like, and when I realized, okay, this is what I want to make an investment in, I only focused on that. I didn't focus on giving my money to other places. So just be mindful of the habits, because those habits that's also what keeps you stuck. When you feel like you don't have enough money, but then you go spend money on things that you really don't need, that keeps you stuck and where you currently are. So, okay. These comments. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. If you guys want to get more information on coaching, you can email me at hello@powerinyourcurl.com. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for our next class, which is, let me see, how to tell when you need protein versus moisture. So I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.